After teaching Pakistan a lesson, India prepares to target China. BIS strategy ready. Imagine a time when the sounds on India's borders are not just of gunfire, but of strategic thunder. On one hand, Pakistan has been dealt a strong blow through Operation Sindoor, and now, on the other, India's next target is China. But this time, the battlefield isn't military, it's economic. India is now set to strike China's economy directly, and for that, the government has played a move that may appear simple, but its impact could shake the foundations of the dragon. When China chose to support Pakistan, India decided it was time to press on China's weakest nerve. And now, this fight has moved beyond diplomacy to supply chains and technical standards. The Bureau of Indian Standards, BIS, has prepared a strategic plan that could change the game entirely. Today, we'll delve deep into this critical issue. But before that, if you are new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe so you always stay updated with our latest videos. Now, let's begin this important discussion without any delay. The government has now decided to make the BIS, Bureau of Indian Standards, mark mandatory for a specific category of electrical products. In simple terms, if any electrical item fails to meet these Indian standards, it cannot be sold or used in the country. At first glance, this may seem like a routine technical regulation, but the strategy behind it is far more calculated. In recent years, China has flooded the Indian market with low-quality electrical products, ranging from electric toilets and spa equipment to cheap hair clippers and toasters. And now, India has strategically chosen this very segment as the front for its economic retaliation, aiming to hit China where it hurts and strengthen its own industrial base. According to a report by the Economic Times, this decision follows a flood of complaints regarding the poor quality of Chinese electrical products. The government received repeated reports about product failures, short lifespans, and serious risks to consumer safety. Then came Operation Sindoor, and with China openly backing Pakistan, the Indian government decided that the response wouldn't be limited to the borders, it would extend to trade as well. India now wants to ensure that its citizens have access not only to safe and high-quality products, but also to items that don't hide the intentions of a country that challenges India's sovereignty. The government's announcement has been warmly welcomed by the industry sector. Many entrepreneurs believe this move is a direct trade strike on China and will give a fresh boost to the Vocal for Local initiative. With this decision, a new demand will arise in the market, one that domestic manufacturers will now be expected to meet. Earlier, small electrical appliances like hair clippers, massagers, egg beaters, electric brushes, and steam cookers were almost entirely imported from China. But now, preparations are underway to produce these items within India. This won't just benefit local producers, it will also generate new employment opportunities, marking a significant step toward the goal of a self-reliant India. This quality control order was officially announced by DPIT, Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, on 19th May, and it will come into effect from 19th March 2026. In other words, India has given China a 2-year ultimatum: either improve the quality of your products or exit the Indian market. During this time, the government will strengthen India's manufacturing infrastructure so that by the time the restrictions take effect, the country can fully meet its own demands domestically. This plan is not limited to a technical standard, it's a strategic policy move, through which India aims to fortify its global economic position. This move will not only drive out cheap but substandard Chinese products from India, but also provide a golden opportunity for domestic industries to become self-reliant. Especially for small and medium enterprises, this creates a space where they can build durable and superior products to replace Chinese alternatives and claim their share in the market. The government's decision is emerging as a prime example of strategic retaliation in trade. It sends a clear message that India is no longer following a purely defensive stance, but is now adopting an assertive economic policy, one that firmly connects trade with diplomacy. Behind this move lies not just a concern for quality, but also a focus on national security and strategic foresight. When a country openly supports an enemy nation, allowing its products in the domestic market becomes, in a way, financially aiding that hostility. This is precisely why India is now identifying sectors where China has a strong grip and working to dismantle its influence step by step. This is not just a trade response, it is a strategy to defend national sovereignty. This decision is not just about business, it's about self-respect. India has now made it clear, those who stab us in the back will not be allowed to profit at our doorstep. And China has received this message loud and clear. This step reflects the voice of millions of Indians who no longer wish to compromise their safety for the sake of cheap goods. That's why a new wave of awareness is rising across the country, proclaiming loud and proud, "Made in India, made for India." Now that the government has made BIS certification mandatory, it will have a direct impact on China's multi-thousand crore small electronics business in India. And this impact won't be limited to just 1 year, it will damage China's electronics export policy for the long term. Because this isn't a temporary tariff or restriction, it's a permanent quality standard. Any foreign company that doesn't comply with it simply won't survive in the Indian market. For China, this is not just a loss of business, but also a loss of trust. Indian consumers have grown more aware, and they now understand that cheap doesn't always mean better. The government's decision will strengthen the spirit of vocal for local among the public, encouraging them to prioritize native products over foreign ones. This shift in mindset will steer India toward long-term economic independence and technological self-reliance. The next goal is to scale up domestic manufacturing of these products. To achieve this, the government is accelerating initiatives like the PLI, Production-Linked Incentive Scheme, and Make in India. In the next 2 years, small towns across India will begin producing items like electric shavers, frying pans, massagers, and foot warmers. This will not only boost employment but also reduce India's dependency on imports. This initiative could lay the foundation for a rural industrial revolution, energizing the entire Indian economy. This strategy is India's way of responding to China in its own language, aggressive trade. But India's response is not only assertive, it's also strategic and thoughtful. It takes into account the needs of the people, national security, and economic self-reliance. This plan clearly reflects that India no longer wants to remain just an importer, but is now taking bold steps toward becoming an exporting nation.
Has taught you something new. Do not forget to like and share this video so that this information can reach others as well. Your likes and shares are a source of inspiration for us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let us know in the comments. It will be our honor to answer your questions and listen to suggestions. And yes, if you like our content, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you stay connected with every new story. Thank you. GRT Business YouTube channel sources, news from various news agencies, opinion polls and other public sources. We try to ensure that every report and summary is accurate and verified, but we are not responsible for any dispute or error. Our aim is only to provide you with accurate information.